The art. The artist.
Hey, this is Adam Lambert, The Mix.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. We've got a special guest joining us today. We have Missy Robertson. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it's because you've probably heard of the Robertson family. Duck Dynasty is the big program that just exploded, and everybody knows of them because of that. But you need to know there's way more to the Robertson family than just that. We've got so many things we're going to talk about with Missy that it's going to actually take us 2 days. We're going to have the first half of our interview today, and we're going to wrap up the interview coming up on Friday. But here is the first half of our interview with Missy Robertson. And Missy, when the Duck Dynasty television program came along and all of this fame and everywhere you go, people know who you guys are now, how much did that change your life?
Well, we weren't completely foreign to TV. We had our own reality show on the Outdoor Channel called Benelli Presents Duck Commander. And so Benelli had seen something different in our family a few years back in regards just to the connection with our family business that makes duck calls. They saw something a little strange with all of that, with the beards, and then with also normal suburban life and how that's different. It differed from how the boys were raised with Phil and Kay. So they liked that and started the very first reality program on the Outdoor Channel. And so we were involved in that for 3 years. And even before that, we saw a little bit of popularity with the Duck Commander DVDs and videos of Phil and Jace and some of the men coming in and out duck hunting. However, when Duck Dynasty came along, it definitely blew up. So that was a little strange to understand what was going on and still try to resemble normalcy for your children and for our businesses and all of that. So we had to make some adjustments for sure because our lives did change.
Now, one of the things that I really like that, every project that I see you and the rest of your family involved in, there is some connection to faith, which to me, that I think is an amazing thing. And I love the fact that when, the family is sitting down for a meal on this, national television program, the meal starts with a prayer. I think that is absolutely amazing. Was it difficult to leave that in? Was that something that you guys had to fight to keep that in, or were the people that were in charge of putting this program together, were they okay with that from the beginning?
Well, actually, when you say that everything we do has a faith aspect to it, that was not something that was new or that we decided to do once we, quote, got famous, because that was our life before. Everything we did revolves around our faith in Jesus Christ because that's what we stand on. That's what our family is about. That's what we raise our children on. So that was easy to just transition, and we thought, wow, what a privilege it is to be able to now share that on a larger platform. God did that. But in terms of the praying on the episodes, we did that whether there was a camera there or not. So the very first time that the producers came down to just talk to the family, to see some of our ideas and what we wanted to do, we were all gathered at Phil and Kay's house, which, again, was not anything uncommon. And we had a meal, not uncommon. And we all gathered up around Miss Kay's island, and Phil said, okay, let's pray. Not uncommon. That's exactly what we do every single time we're there. And then we started helping ourselves to the food. And the producer said, did y'all do this special because we're here, or do y'all normally do this? And we all just laughed, like, sorry, we don't treat anybody special when they come. You just kind of become part of our family.
Yeah.
And so this is what we do. And they thought, this is different. And what they don't understand is that's what most of America has done for years and years and years and years.
You're absolutely right. And I think that's one of the reasons that so many people have just fallen in love with your family, because their family does that too.
And we heard that so many times from people like, we used to do that growing up, and we're incorporating that back into our family, where we're sitting down at the table, we're holding hands, and we're thanking our Father in heaven for our blessings, for our food, for our family. And so that was really neat to hear people say that they were doing that again, because we've gotten so busy in our lives that we've forgotten that. But we did not have to fight for that. That was the producer's, that was his idea. Can we do this on the show? Of course, we're like, we're going to do it anyway. If you'd like to film it, be our guest.
That's awesome.
And I really commend, the network A&E for really, they took a chance in showing that. every week. And I think it really took off with America.
This is going to conclude the first half of our interview with Missy Robertson. We're going to wrap things up on Friday with more questions, going to talk about many of the other projects she's involved in. More details at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.